Oh, break it down. Break it down. Oh. What is up, guys? John Hogard here. You're watching John's Life. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on the car that I'm building, that 2004 Forester XT that you guys went and seen me pick up in New York. If you've been following along on the channel, if you're new, welcome. Anyways, I ordered like $4 grand in parts the other day, and so anyway, so I've got a bunch of stuff coming, and I actually got back, and of course I've tinkered a little bit, but haven't really done too much work. I'm gonna paint my block red, paint my head silver, and then paint my brakes red, and try and get some of that stuff done today, and install some gaskets and stuff. And I might even get to, you know, like torquing down my heads and stuff later today, if everything just turns out that way. I got my buddy David Irish on his way over right now. He's actually kind of the whole reason why I started this build a little bit. He's got a 95 S6 Avant Audi wagon, so it's 4-wheel drive, 5-speed, and it's got a 2.7 stroker in it, and this thing's wild. He's got, you know, a ton of money into this, but he's been told several times, you know, that, you know, easy he's gonna rev to 8 grand, you know, and if he went to a dry sump, maybe as much as like $9.95. And then, you know, gonna be looking upwards of possibilities of 1,000, you know, wheel horse on this car, you know. So anyways, so you know, kind of the inspiration for my whole deal a little bit. But anyways, so I'm gonna show you guys some of the parts that I ordered, and then we'll go from there. Some of this stuff here, this is like head unit stuff. This is actually on eBay, and I got an oil cooler there, and then I've got wastegate, 44 millimeter tile wastegate, and I got equal length headers and whatnot. And then I ordered, you can see it here, I ordered Force Performance Black Series turbo, and a 34 millimeter Turbo Smart blow-off valve, or actually a recirculating bypass valve, and an IAG Street air oil separator. And then lastly, we've got the Mishimoto front mount kit, and so anyway, so some of that stuff has arrived, and then some of it is still on the way. So anyways, so you know, you guys will see parts of the things that I've ordered and parts of the build, but then of course not all of it. I'm actually uploading a video right now, a music video to YouTube, so of course make sure to stay tuned for that, and you know, that'll be coming. It'll actually probably be up today, and you know, you guys won't of course see this for a couple of days, and but anyways, I'm always doing something, so stay tuned, check it out. Sorry, I'm like kind of, you know, losing my head and stuttering and mumbling a little bit, but anyways, so when David gets here, we'll give you guys a quick little overview of the stuff that I've got, the stuff that I got going on, and then we'll get some work done, and I'll probably just be setting you guys down and then checking back in with you after we've done something. That way we can try and get a little bit more work done today. But alright, thanks guys. Okay guys, well, yesterday came and went. David came here, we got a little bit of work done on my car. We actually just taped up my block and taped up my heads, and then shot some paint on them. I base cleared my block and then shot my heads with some high temp automotive paint. That way, you know, that way it just looked a little bit better. And I've actually, now it's Monday, and some parts came today. So anyway, so we're gonna get out in the shop. I'm gonna attempt to bolt the heads up today, and get everything torqued down, and then open up some of these boxes and see what we got in there. So anyway, so we're gonna head out into the shop and finally get a move on. Okay guys, so today we got in this box here, and this is my Mishimoto front mount intercooler kit, and we got this box here, which I believe to be my Rev 9 oil cooler kit. So anyway, so we're gonna open this stuff up and show you what's inside, and then I already opened the other stuff, but I'll show you the new turbo that I ordered and my recirculating valve and a couple other little things that I got. Okay guys, so this here is a block that will go in between, you know, like my engine block and my oil filter, and that will allow my oil cooler to get a feed and return line to it, and that looks like it's pretty adequate. I mean, it could be a little bit better. They got some burrs in here that they didn't really take care of. But nothing that looks like it's gonna fall off and go, you know, cycling through your engine or anything. Overall, I'm not too I'm happy with that. And we've got dash 10 heat rated AN lines. You know, everything that I need, the straight ends where I need the straight ends, and the 45s where I need the 45s, and so that should be good. And then here is the oil cooler itself. Again, I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's could have been a little bit better, and it's not anodized. It's actually powder coated. So I mean, that's, you know, you lose a little bit of heat transfer with paint and stuff like that, whereas anodized doesn't do that. But there, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. All right, so just before we get started here, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this box is just flopped. It's been through the ringer. It's a really flimsy box. They have all of the stuff in here packed really loosely, and it weighs like 70 pounds. You know, so as far as like quality of the shipping goes, I mean, Mishimoto really let me down, especially for something that they charge a premium for. I mean, well, compared to other companies, it's not really that expensive, but it is expensive nonetheless. $1,500 for something that comes in a rickety old box. You know, it looks like it was dropped out the back door, you know, while they were driving by. So anyway, so we're gonna open this up. Hopefully everything's good to go, and we'll move on from there. Yeah, those they're nice and heavy. I think they're like I don't know. I think they're 3mm thick pipe or something. They're a little bit heavier. Of course, it doesn't say, but they're a little bit heavier. You know, thicker, stronger pipe than like your standard cheap eBay knockoff crap. Kind of nice. They send you a bypass valve return hose, which it's dumb again because they didn't ever say what size this is, and I happened to order a 34mm bypass valve because I was like, well, when in doubt, I'll get the biggest one, and then, you know, that way if I'll have to adapt it or whatever, but at least I won't be, you know, cutting myself short. But I do believe that this is the size that I ordered and the size that I do need and everything. So it's kind of nice that they include it. I don't know if I'll be able to use it because, you know, the location of my intake hose and whatnot might be a little bit different, but we'll see. So this is my intercooler here. I got the black one, again, not anodized, definitely powder coated. I guess that's alright, but again, I mean, you get better heat transfer without paint, and anodizing, of course, is not paint. So anyways, so slightly disappointed in that, but it is black and I do like it, so I'm pretty geeked up. All in all, I rate their products, their shipping, and the response time and some of that kind of thing. I rate it, I give them like a 7. You know, I'd say that you get like a 7 for this kind of a quality and this kind of a time, you know, that it took to get here. The stuff that they put in the box, the padding that they didn't use, the equipment that they gave me, and that kind of a thing. So I guess that's all right. I can live with that. Now here's the stuff that you guys have all been waiting for. We have got a 34 millimeter recirculating bypass valve. This is a Turbo Smart, fully adjustable and whatnot. So that is a good piece of kit to have. That was 130, 140 bucks. You know, just for that little guy there. But again, really important, and glad to have it. I ordered my turbo and this bypass valve and an air oil separator all through Rally Sport Direct, and so far the turbo and this bypass valve have came and my air oil separator hasn't. I'm almost under the impression that they're drop shipping this stuff, so they're ordering it from a supplier, getting it shipped to them, and then shipping it to me. Or maybe even ordering it from the supplier and then having them directly ship it to me. But whatever it is, you know, they obviously didn't have my air oil separator in stock, otherwise it would have came in the same box as this stuff, and they're still processing my order. So this is going to mate to the intake side of my turbo, and then from here I'll cut this, and then this will be, you know, like probably 3 couplers, 4 couplers or something. And then for my actual intake, that will take all of the vacuum lines and stuff, and it will have my return for my bypass valve. I'll make that all out of steel, and then weld it myself, and that way I can get the proper fitment, get everything in place, and I can just do it myself and weld it, and then I'll move on from there, and that will be done. So this was nice to get. Force Performance Black Series Turbo. It's journal bearing. It's got like a 82 millimeter exducer and like a 63 inducer or something like that. As far as the turbo specs, I mean, you guys are better off just looking this stuff up than trying to take my word for it. But no, it's, you know, definitely a nice turbo. It's big. This has got that 83 millimeter inlet, and that's why I need that that big pipe that you seen me have over there. Man, that's really hard to tell on camera. Let me back up a little bit. Yeah, this turbo, of course, is just way larger than this little guy. So anyway, so this was a good purchase, a good investment, and I'm glad to have bought it. From there, that pretty much wraps up the unboxing and the new toys and stuff. I still have a tile 44 millimeter wastegate coming, and equal length headers. I have a couple other small little things that I need, to say the least. And so anyway, so of course, you know, when that stuff comes, we'll have another video, and we'll kind of do this stuff again, and just kind of update you guys on the parts that I got and what I'm planning on doing and what I'm running. This is my engine block. David and I got it painted up. My heads are right over there. You guys can barely see them, but they're all painted up. And so anyways, we're gonna do the big reveal on my block here and see kind of what color I went with, and maybe even talk a little about why I did it or whatever. But anyways, so this is it. But yeah, I mean, it's ready to go, all painted. It's clean all the way to the underside and everything, so pretty excited for all of that. This is John from the future. I am just trying to upload this video right now and realized that something was wrong. Again, I don't know if you guys remember, like I was talking before, I did this one video and there was like this variable latency thing. I don't know why my microphone screws up sometimes, but it does. So anyways, to move past that point, what I just wanted to say is I went over to a mechanic friend of mine and had some tires and stuff mounted earlier today, and was asking him, I was like, hey Doug, man, what do you know about this copper spray stuff on head gaskets? And the same kind of a way, seems like it's all kind of smoke and mirrors, people go both directions, like, oh yeah, use it, don't use it, it could be bad for you, but then, a little bit couldn't hurt, and this, So anyways, I have, special aftermarket, like 3-layer tin gaskets and shit, so I'm just not gonna run the copper spray and stuff, and that will simplify the whole thing. So anyways, so keep an eye out, because I'm literally going to go film a video right now. I just got a bunch of parts in, I'm gonna unbox those, and then I'm gonna try and torque down some heads and stuff today. So anyways, definitely be looking out. And then like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch up with you guys next time. Real quickly here, before I forget, because this is actually something that I wanted to do. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but Suicide MX3, who is, that's just a tag or whatever for this guy, and I don't know his exact name, but I should figure it out so I don't seem like an idiot. But he has a Mazda MX-3 with a twin engine. It's got a V6 in the front and a V6 in the back. Like a front wheel drive V6 setup, and he's chopped the front wheel drive out of another car and then put it in the back of this other car. So anyways, 2 engines, two trans, 2 turbos, and he can do opposing wheel burnouts and stuff. It's cool, man. It's wild. He's got special shifter linkages and clutch stuff, and super cool. Anyways, I don't know why, but he just followed me on Instagram, not too long ago, and I just noticed it, and I was like, man, that's the coolest thing ever, I remember watching his video on Hoonigan on his MX-3 probably, I don't know, a year ago or something, and so anyway, for him to follow me again, I don't exactly know why, but cool, super cool. And so anyway, so if you guys get a chance, or if you're interested in that type of a thing, definitely check him out. If you look up Hoonigan MX-3, it'll be the first thing that pops up. So other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch up with you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.